These are the type of hands that you just look at this hand. This is like a perfect hand. And something that comes up and you're like, oh, this is pretty good. The tuning mill is quite important because sometimes you need grave setup, right? To fulfill these guys. You don't have to risk banishing your Lubellion. Because most of the time, if you open Lubellion and tuning, more often than not, the Lubellion's going to get banished. And that's something you don't really want to do, but you kind of need to. You'll just get Lubellion back anyways through Riven Light. Because you just target, Brotor targets the Wolf Dragon, and then you just, you go on your way. It's fine. Against Tear, and then against anything. Like, it's just crazy. So let's go start off. Tuning. What do I mill? A Magnema. That's perfect. Otherwise, I would have to summon this, search Illumination Sand, but luckily, tuning comes in clutch. Effect. He has the Haveness, but I'm okay. I'm okay. It's fine. It's okay. And look what he mills. He mills double name. I can interact with both, so I'm fine with that. The only issue now is, what if he has a Kellback? So effect, bow one, Druid's the other. Okay, is that all you got? He had double Kellback. I put back the Sharon, double Kellback, and Scream. I don't have a card to discard for Brotor. That's kind of annoying. I can't get to my Lubellion. Let's see the best. What's the best thing we can do? For sure, SMSD. For sure. SMSD, without a doubt. Any Bestial, summon Stardust, that's SMSD. If I had one card here, man. One card. Chang Ying. I just sent it with that because I could just negate it. I really don't want him to have any resources. So I have Spot Removal. I have Double Banish. Yeah, there's just no way. Like, what could he possibly draw? I have Druid, Omni, Spot Removal. And he draws a freaking Keldo. Oh my god. I can't risk him milling. I'm forced to negate because I know the rest of his hand. But I know his hand, so that's why I ended up stopping him early. As Matoro, at this point I'm like, oh my god, am I gonna lose? Discard right here. I know his last card, Scream. I know his last. So what does he have now? There's nothing. He has a rank 4 play, and he's trying to go for a Zeus. I'm gonna stop that. There's no way I'm gonna stop that. Game 2. Look at this hand. This hand is insane. Look at this. I have combo. He opens up Rhino, Scream. I have Valor. I could have Valored this, but I was like, no. I'll Valor the kit and I'll Magnum the Fusion Attempt to have him extend with his hand, right? Like that's the what else am I gonna do? He ends up milling Merly, Haveness, Rhino Heart, and a planet. Does he trigger the Merly? That's the question. Typically, you save the Merly for the sprint play. In this case, he did not trigger Merly as expected. So I negate it. He sets and passes. I'm like, that's a Sulic. That's a Sulic, man. Oh, no way. That must be a Sulic. And my hand, it's pretty good because I have combo, I have Vader, I have regain. I'm an end phase search. The Bestial will deal with the Sulic trigger, right? On this, he doesn't have another Tearlaments card in hand because he would have pitched for Rhino. I don't have fear of him Sulic saying this, triggering this. There's no point. But I'm not gonna summon Wall. This is on field because that'll give him more mills and open up his game state. So I'm gonna go battle phase right away because I don't have to OTK him. I can just go battle phase and set up my board. Attack. So if he doesn't have Haveness, I should be good. Look at this. This is so good. That's why SMSD it's so much better in its variant. Bestial Stardust, that's SMSD hands already. If you have an extra card, that's Bestial access. So right now I'm going to SMSD just to get Omni as fast as possible, just to play around whatever this might be. I draw tactics. I'm like, yeah, it's over. It's over. I draw tactics. I'm feeling good right now. I'm feeling so good right now. I'm like, this is awesome. So now I'm trying to get to game by insulating my attempt by having another Omni in place and having enough attack power. Right? Because when this guy negates, he removes himself. So that's 4k gone from the chunk that I might have done. So I'm trying to get to that point. Get another Omni. This is quite frequent. This happens quite frequently. Tributing seals off of Stardust. It's so good. It's so it kind of makes you question, like, so I can summon any dragon from this. Then I'll just add more bricks, and I want to avoid that. So here we go. Go for Changying. That'll send Lubellion. Go for Excel. This is so cool. Just get the token, and that's gonna give me my Baron. Go for Baron, and then I'm like, okay, well, this is gonna force the back no matter what. But it's a freaking Super Poly. I was like, what the hell? What the heck is? Oh, well, I'm still playing that. But it's only a Mud Dragon. I have control of the game, so I think I should be okay. I should be fine. Regain is just too insane, dude. Banish that, Lubellion effect, and it's over. Same thing as the previous build. It has not changed. The only one change was the shrines. This was maxed out before, but then there was one game where I was like, I opened up like 2 of these and 2 of these. I'm like, okay, one of them has to go, and I cannot cut this because this is much better in the grind game because SMSD will banish itself, so you're almost guaranteed to always have it and start with it the following turn. Because like what I mentioned is that your board is very formidable, but it's not unbreakable. So it's only meant to just like hinder your opponent, so then you can capitalize the following turn. And that's basically why this is so important, because this lets you summon the Treya or the Stardust from deck, because we typically don't use that effect. We only use the Sent to Grave effect. But in this deck, we can utilize the special summon from deck. It's an emergency teleport for us. It's insane. It'd be so cool if it wasn't with per turn. Oh, I'll be crazy. But yeah, so then what happens is you do not want to not be able to capitalize and seal the game because you're short on attack points, or you don't want to just pass on just SMSD when they've possibly generated any amount of resources, because SMSD can easily be overwhelmed. And it's just one Omni. Like right now, it's like one Omni's not that great. So you need to reinforce it with something. So that's why this is good, because this helps you make seals again. It helps you make another level 8, which is pretty good within Savage. It's so nice. And just making seals most of the time, it's just to control the game state. So far, I'm liking Savage over Wallow. Wallow, which is not coming up as often. This comes up way more, like way more. I know the Vicious Surf is kind of expensive, like these are pretty expensive. The Magnets are pretty expensive, but it just works so well because of how prevalent Tier is, and this is good against Tier, right? So like, play good cards versus the best deck just makes sense, and then playing your favorite cards with it alongside that, it makes it even better. Like, cause you can summon this guy. How epic is that? That's insane. That's so cool. That's so cool. That's gonna be it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let's subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching.